This is the real story. This tragic incident happened in Thailand in 2018. This movie is based on a true incident. In the heart of Thailand's Ban Chang football stadium, a group of 14 spirited boys, their coach, and the promise of an upcoming celebration embarked on an ordinary training session. Their youthful enthusiasm filled the air, with their ages spanning between 12 and 15. Among them, a special day awaited Sai, a young boy whose birthday festivities were in the offing. With his mother's thoughtful arrangement, an evening party was planned, and the idea of an extraordinary birthday celebration in a cave was born. As the day unfolded, the coach, recognizing his responsibility for their safety and the encroaching darkness, proposed an early celebration within the cavernous depths, followed by their return to the night's festivities. Amid this, one boy's commitment to helping his father prepare for the party became an exception, a sentiment respected by the coach. The journey to Tham Luang Cave began with youthful eagerness, their bicycles leading the way toward adventure. Situated beneath a mountain's watchful gaze, the cave's entrance was flanked by a temple, where the group paused for a moment of reverence before venturing into the cave's narrow and winding passages. The promise of rain loomed, but their blissful unawareness propelled them forward, until they reached the third chamber, nearly a kilometer from the cave's mouth. As rain clouds gathered and the sky opened up, water began to seep into the cave, foreshadowing the perilous turn their escapade was about to take. Meanwhile, Sai's mother, anticipating the birthday celebration, arrived, only to be met with the news of their unaccounted whereabouts. Concerned, the group ventured towards the cave as radio broadcasts warned of the impending monsoon. The sight of the boys' bicycles outside the cave was a stark reminder of the danger they faced. The community's alarm grew, leading to the involvement of local authorities, including the governor and a SEAL team. Their efforts to locate the missing boys were met with challenges posed by the cave's treacherous terrain and the onset of heavy rains. Expertise from a local resident and the involvement of British explorer Vern Unsworth offered crucial insights into the cave's layout, guiding the efforts to rescue the boys trapped beneath the mountain. Days stretched on, as volunteers joined the nationwide rescue operation, determined to drain water from the cave's passages. The minister's arrival on the scene highlighted the escalating urgency, as the rising water level posed an increasing threat. Amidst this backdrop emerged Thanet Natisri, a water engineer determined to make a difference. With a local guide, he sought ways to control the water flow from above, navigating the challenging landscape with a mix of expertise and resourcefulness. The scene transitioned to Rick in England, who, despite initial reluctance, joined the international team of volunteers converging on the rescue operation. With his colleague John, Rick's presence marked a turning point. Despite obstacles, they managed to venture deep into the cave, fighting against time and adversity. As they braved the treacherous waters and reached crucial junctures within the cave, their heroic efforts exemplified the determination of individuals united by a shared goal. Days turned into a week, and the anguish of parents waiting for their children's return continued to grip the community. With health risks and diminishing oxygen levels, the situation grew increasingly dire. Amidst the turmoil, the arrival of U.S. Air Force volunteers brought a glimmer of hope, as their medical equipment and expertise further bolstered the rescue mission. In the face of an unprecedented crisis, a series of pivotal decisions were made, intertwined with determination, expertise, and unwavering faith. The leader, taking charge of the dire situation, convened a meeting to strategize the rescue of a group of boys trapped in a flooded cave. Amidst the brainstorming, Captain Arnott proposed a multifaceted approach. Cease the rain, employ pumps to drain the water, and then embark on a daring cave dive. Rick and John, seasoned cave divers with decades of experience, emphasized the intricacies of cave diving compared to open water swimming, highlighting their readiness to undertake the perilous mission. The governor, bearing the weighty responsibility of safeguarding lives, was confronted with a critical choice. He recognized the urgency but refrained from allowing the cave dive immediately, awaiting a cessation of rainfall. The cautious stance stemmed from the overwhelming pressure to ensure the boys' safety, as their lives hung in the balance. After a tense wait of 8 days, a breakthrough emerged from an unexpected source: the farmers. Collaborating with water engineers, they proposed a daring plan involving the redirection of water flows to lower the cave's water level. Despite the potential consequences for their own livelihoods, these farmers stepped up selflessly to aid in the rescue efforts. This act of collective compassion showcased the power of unity in times of crisis. On the 9th day, as prayers and blessings were offered by locals at the cave entrance, the rescue operation gained momentum. Pumps worked tirelessly to drain the water, and the ceaseless rain finally abated. The SEALs were given the green light to enter the cave, The governor faced the arduous decision of allowing Rick and John, accomplished divers, to plunge into the dangerous depths. Despite initial reluctance, the urgency intensified, and the SEALs ventured forth with the mission. A delicate and treacherous dive commenced on the 10th day. Armed with cameras to document their journey, Rick and John ventured through narrow passages, seeking signs of the trapped boys. After hours of meticulous exploration, they reached a chamber where the children were believed to be. However, their cries remained unanswered, and the challenges of the environment impeded their progress. Amidst dwindling resources and overwhelming odds, distant lights provided a glimmer of hope. The trapped boys were found, their survival and resilience a testament to their coach's teachings. As the news of the discovery spread, jubilation was accompanied by apprehension. The daunting task of extraction loomed, with the complexities of cave diving and the potential risks for the boys at the forefront. Rick and John, grappling with their concerns, cautiously communicated the grim reality to the governor. While initial attempts at rescue were met with skepticism, the parents' hearts were momentarily lifted from the anguish they had endured for over a week. In the midst of adversity, the intertwined efforts of leaders, experts, and everyday heroes demonstrated the power of collaboration and determination. The boys, trapped for days in the depths of the cave, found solace in meditation and prayer, emerging as symbols of courage in the face of despair. The story culminated in a pivotal juncture, poised between hope and the inherent risks of rescue, leaving the world in suspense as the journey toward salvation continued without a clear conclusion in sight. On day 11, fear gripped the children in the cave as their situation became increasingly dire. The leader in charge sought to calm them through meditation. Meanwhile, the brave SEAL team prepared for a risky mission to enter the cave. Drawing on insights from Rick and John's initial dive, the team sought advice on navigating treacherous passages like the T-junction. The seasoned divers emphasized caution and careful management of their limited air supply. With the aid of their guidance, the team pressed forward to locate the trapped kids. Day 12 saw the leader briefing the team on the ongoing rescue efforts, providing hope to the public. Concerns over the children's diminishing food supplies led to debates, with Sai-ama expressing the urgency of the situation. The entrance of new allies, Chris and Jason, brought renewed hope as they provided vital sustenance to the trapped boys. However, the oxygen levels within the cave turned critical, posing a significant challenge to the rescue operation. On day 14, Chris and Jason's intervention allowed them to deliver provisions and establish communication between the children and their worried parents. Dr. Harry's involvement presented a potential solution, involving sedating the children for their extraction. Though risky and legally questionable, this approach gained traction as a desperate measure. On day 15, 2 members of the SEAL team went to give food to the kids. They swam for 3 hours to reach a tunnel with hanging rocks. The rope got stuck, but one person continued. When they fixed the rope, the air started leaking. They tried to fix it, but the air went down. They went back to using the air they had. They swam back quickly but died because they had no air. Everyone admired the SEAL team member. They realized saving them was hard. The governor felt more pressure. He said no one could go inside without his permission. Then, they heard that Dr. Harry's dad was in the hospital. Since the kids didn't have much time, Harry agreed to Rick's idea. This might save some kids. They told the governor. They planned to make the kids sleep and take them out. The governor told the minister. The minister agreed. The governor said parents and the media couldn't know. He took responsibility if it failed. On the 16th day, more people joined a water engineer to move water before heavy rains. Reporters left. Sai's mother gave them a special necklace from a preacher. Riku didn't believe, but he got it. Dr. Harry talked about giving medicine to the boys in case they passed out. Now, Team Rick and Team SEAL were getting ready to save the boys. People prayed. They reached halfway, a place called the 5th Sandbar. 2 stayed, the rest went in. After a while, Rick said he'd wait. He'd update after the first boy swam. If one way didn't work, they'd try another. To say it simply, boys are like packages, they're like delivery people. Everyone agreed, and they moved forward. Then they reached the boys. They decided to bring out only 4 boys first. Dr. Harry told the SEAL doctor their plan. They chose Sai first for the face shield. They tied his hands, used sleep medicine, and checked the mask underwater. It was fine. They tied his legs like a package. Jason took the first boy to Rick. Rick checked and the boy went out. They put the second boy to sleep before reaching there. Rick said all was good. John took the second boy. As Jason took the first boy, he woke up. Jason gave more sleep medicine. Chris took the next boy. John reached the seals. They gave the second boy more sleep medicine. But he couldn't breathe underwater. They checked his breathing without the mask. They fixed the oxygen and all was fine. John carried him. Jason swam 5 hours and 30 minutes, reaching the third chamber. The SEAL team helped. Doctors took him to the hospital. Parents couldn't see them but knew things were fine. John came out next. They secretly took the second boy to the hospital. Chris came out with the third boy. Rick and Harry left with the fourth boy. Everyone was happy. On day 17, the combined forces of Team Rick and the SEALs embarked on a critical mission to retrieve the remaining boys. They faced challenges due to equipment shortages but creatively employed bamboo pipes to bridge the gap. Despite the onset of rain and concerns about its impact on the cave, they pressed on, successfully rescuing multiple children and reuniting them with their relieved parents. On day 18, it started raining at night and hasn't stopped. Everyone gets ready to go inside a cave. They notice more water coming into the cave. After thinking for a bit, they decide to go inside. They find the boys in the cave. Everyone says they can come out today. They check if a small face shield fits Sai, but it doesn't cover him properly. Then, Chris carries a boy named Prem. Jason says he'll carry the last guy because the water in the cave is rising. He asks to hold the mask by hand. Jason carries Chai. Finally, the trainer gives Chai anesthesia and Rick carries him out. Chris misses the ropes while leaving. He tries to grab the rope but can't. He looks at the electric cable and keeps going. Next, the SEAL team and Harry get ready to leave. Volunteers and locals are working to stop water from entering the cave. Chris feels bad. He waits higher up because things might get worse if he goes down. Jason successfully brings Chai out. They make sure Sai is breathing and take him to the hospital in an ambulance. Rick notices that Chris is there. Chris says he missed the ropes. Rick tells Chris to wait for Harry and tells Harry to follow him and leaves. Rick comes out with the trainer. Harry gets to where Chris is. He looks at the boy and gives him anesthesia again. Harry carries the boy. Rick and Jason wait for Chris and Harry. Harry comes out with the boy. After some time, Chris comes out too. Captain SEAL is waiting for the team. Small rocks fall on them as they come out. The pumps break. Finally, the SEAL team gets out with small injuries. People hear that everyone is out. Everyone is happy. People thank the SEAL team and Rick and his friends. The governor thanks everyone involved in the rescue through the media. The parents want to thank Rick, John, and their friends. Although Harry is glad the boys are safe, he's sad about his father's death. Now everyone leaves the cave. John and Rick go home. Parents go to the hospital to see the children. Volunteers divert around 56 million gallons of water. The government helps the farmers who lost crops. More than 5,000 volunteers from 17 countries help in the rescue.